Hello, hello, my lovely Year 6 designers. We're going to be working on an electronic operation game. This one's based on my naughty cat Ronnie, who eats lots of things he shouldn't, and we're going to remove those things that he's been eating in our game. So let me try and get out some of the things he's eaten. There we go, there's the cheese, because he's a naughty boy and likes to eat cheese. And then there's, oh no, he likes to eat crisps as well. There you go, he's so naughty. But of course, if you touch the edges, it's not your go anymore and it moves on to somebody else. So there you go, this is my example, and inside you can see how it all works, where we've got the little boxes for each of the game pieces to keep them safe. And then you can also see we have all the electronics, where we have the battery joined to the tweezers on one end, and then the other end is joined onto the bulb, the light, which is attached to the foil, which is also attached to the buzzer, and then the buzzer is attached to the foil as well. So when we touch the foil, it's this horrible noise. Okay, lovely. So in this lesson 1, we're going to do the outside of our box. In lesson 2, we'll do the electronics, and in 3, we'll make all the game parts. Let's go. Right, so we've got our designs. This was my design that I originally did, and I've made some changes. I've moved my brain up higher, and I've added the buzzer where the ear is, and I've put the light where the eye is. And I'm happy with that design, so I'm ready to go. And we're going to be working on our pizza boxes. We'll get them when they're flat like this. So the first thing we're going to do is just fold up all the edges, and we can see all the different parts of the box. We've got the middle bit there and one end there, and we just start folding up. You'll see that there's lots of lines and little score marks for us to use. So every single bit that we can see we need to fold, we fold. And this is just to help us work out which bit of the box is which. This is good, this little flappy bit here, and you can see here, that really helps us later on when we fold this up to make the end of the box. That will go inside there and hold it all into place. But we're not doing that at the moment. We're just folding it and marking it. So we know that this part is where we're going to put all the game pieces. This part is where we're going to put the electronics. And on the outside of the box, we're going to do our design. So this is where we're going to put our design, the front lid of the box. And we need a pencil and colouring pens and our design. Now, keep within the lines, don't go over the edges here. Those are the flaps of the box and will be folded in. So this is the part we want to use as our canvas in the middle, and this is where we're going to draw our design, just like we did here. Now I also added a little box here, a little pot to put all of the bits, our game pieces, when we've removed them, so we don't just leave them on the table. So I think I'm going to do that here, but that could be anywhere. I'm just going to start off with a pencil, and then I'll use a pen to draw on the design of my patient onto the lid of my box. Okay, make sure you keep within the lines right in the middle. And my patient is going to be the person having brain surgery. Yours could be the Incredible Hulk, your favourite animal, whatever it is you've designed. So I'm drawing on here my cavities, as well as my character, my patient, and I'm colouring them in. You'll take longer than me, but that's basically it for the moment. And we've finished with that design, but we still need to keep our design sheet because we'll need that in lesson 3. Okay, now we're going to do some cutting, and we need a pencil, some sort of knife. I've got the scalpel, you'll probably have a craft knife, and you'll need a cutting mat. Place your cutting mat underneath where the cavities are, and underneath where you're going to be putting your bulb and your buzzer. I'm just marking in where my buzzer's going to go with a cross, and then I'm going to poke a hole where I want to put my light bulb coming through. Okay, so the first thing is to poke a hole. Now we're going to make this cut here using our craft knife just to make a cross shape there. We then use a pencil to poke in the middle and wiggle it so you make a square shape with your finger, and then you've got your hole for your bulb and your buzzer. Now we're going to cut the cavities, and what we do is we cut each one like a lovely pizza, so into nice slices of 8 pieces of pizza, and then you cut out each little bit of pizza a little bit at a time with the knife, and that's sort of the safest, easiest way of doing it, I found. So there we go. I'm doing this over and over again, making it, cutting into pizzas and taking out each slice. And then I've got it finished. Fantastic. But to use your knife safely and take care of other people as well as yourself. Now, as I said, I thought I'd add a little pot to put all of our player pieces in. This is how you do it. You decide where you want it to sit. You draw around one of these larger pots. And then we do the same thing like with the pizza idea here, cutting lines up, cutting it into slices, but we cut it into lots of slices this time, not just 8, lots and lots. And we're not actually going to cut them out. We're just going to poke them down and fold them under. This is going to make our holder for our little cup or pot, where we're going to sit it in there, and then that means we've got a place to put all of our little playing pieces. Remove that for the moment. We just needed to have it cut out. We put our knife away carefully, and we just get a bit of tape. And we could use double-sided tape for this if we want to, or glue. We're just going to start assembling this end of the box. And what we do is we put this little flap over and stick it on. Do the same at the other end. Can we see how that's attached there? So as I say, you could use glue, double-sided tape or sticky tape. Stick that down and fold it over, and that makes that end nice and strong. So we've really got the start of our box there. If we fold these bits in, tuck in the flaps for the lid, and there we go. We've got our box decorated and all done with our cavities cut out. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to mark by drawing around those cavities. I'm going to draw that in so that we can see where the cavities are inside our box. Can we see that? We'll need that for when we're building our circuit and things later. That would be really useful for part 2 and 3. So this is pretty well it for part 1, the first part of our challenge here. We've done our lovely designs. We've cut out all the areas that need cutting out, like the cup holder, where the buzzer's going to go, the light's going to go, and all the cavities. We've just got to finish off by writing our names and sticking them on the back of our box. Mine's just made by me, but you'll have had a little design team, 2 or 3 of you, and we just stick that on, bit of glue or double-sided tape. Let's see how you do. Over to you.